Alright guys, so here we are for another episode of the F1 2015 Pro Season Mode Championship. This is round number 10 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. In the previous episode, I recommend you go check it out if you haven't already. I'm going to give away a spoiler now. So we won the previous race in Silverstone. It was a really good result. Hopefully in this one, we can carry that momentum into this round. We are only 1 point away from Kimi Räikkönen at the top of the driver's standings. As you can see, that's qualifying too. Not the best of pace was shown there, only P6, and only a little bit faster than our teammate there, so not too sure what's going on there. The pace is a little bit worrying, but hopefully we can be a little bit stronger in the race. Now this is Q3, cutting right to the end of the session, final corner, up to the line, going to open the DRS, and hopefully it's going to be better than P6 that we got in Q2. I believe it's P4. So that's not too bad. We're still within striking distance of those two Mercedes cars, and we're starting right next to Sebastian Vettel. If there's any positive though, it's that we're starting in front of Kimi Räikkönen, so that's really good coming into this race. Now hopefully we can just move forward in this race, get even more points over Kimi, and I don't know, we'll have to see how we go. Lewis Hamilton, he's only 4 points behind us in the driver's standings as well in P3. So it's very tight at the top, so absolutely anything could happen from here. We need to build some momentum heading into the final races of this championship. So that's qualifying. It's time for the race. So here we are for the race for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As you guys know already, we qualified in P4. Only 1 second? 1 second is a long way from the pace of the Mercedes in this round when you consider the previous pace we had in the last few rounds. So a little bit disappointing. It seems like Hungary is a track that is very good for the AI. They seem to be very strong here. So getting a race win or even a podium is definitely going to be a challenge. Race strategy is a 2-stop. Very surprising to see very few stops. Normally a track like this is probably a 3-stop, but anyway, we managed to qualify in P4 only just like within a 10th faster than our teammate Daniel Ricciardo. He's starting right behind us, so hopefully the two Red Bulls can get off to a good start and maybe get a double podium. That would be incredible. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. We've got Raikkonen starting behind us as well, so that's a positive. We are 1 point behind him in the driver's standings. If we can beat him today, we'll move in front of him. But the problem is Hamilton is starting in first place. He's only 4 points behind me, so it's very, very tight at the top of the driver's standings. Now here we go for the second half of the season, the Hungarian Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and away we go. Wheel spin start again. Wheel spin on the start, just when I needed it. Raikkonen flies past me up the inside into turn 1. We're getting swamped by AI as we head through to the first corner. We've had contact with the Williams there. Not too sure which one it is. There's cars everywhere on the starts. It's near impossible to know who's who, especially when they're behind you. But in front of us, we've got Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, I wanted to get in front of him. I desperately wanted to get in front of that Ferrari. I don't want to lose any points at all to my championship rivals today. That would be an absolute disaster. Oh, we've got Raikkonen. We've gone up the inside. Oh, that was very cheeky. I think we mounted the curb on the second part of the chicane, but now we're into, I think we're into P5. We only lost 2 spots off the start, so not too bad. We've got one of those spots back. Next up is our teammate. The straight line speed is not good. I can't catch my teammate. Raikkonen is going for a move up the inside. I just can't get a good exit off the final corner. I don't think it's necessarily downforce related. I just think it's traction related out of the final corner. And now we've dropped a spot to Raikkonen. Are we going to get that back into the next corner? No, we're not. You'd think that this track would probably be one of the best for us driving this Red Bull, but it's really not. You know, Danny Ricciardo, he's flying the flag for us at the moment, but myself, I'm just struggling at the moment. This really is one of the OP tracks for the AI. They're just incredibly strong around here, and I can't really do anything to fight against them. There goes Raikkonen up the inside of Ricciardo. And I saw a Williams there right behind me with DRS, almost trying to go. How do I have DRS? That makes no sense. Oh, here we go. We're all over our teammate here. Come on, let's get the move done. Up the inside into the chicane. Yes. We're side by side. He's still there. Leave a bit of space. And we've got him. That was nice. I was setting this move up for a long time. It took me many laps, and I think the tyre wear finally got Ricciardo here. Right round the outside into the middle sector, and we got the job done finally. It seemed like I couldn't even get the job done in the first sector. Even getting traction off the final corner, like I said earlier in the race, was near impossible. And even with DRS, I couldn't get in front of my teammate, or even like look like passing up the inside into turn 1. So I have a sneaking suspicion Ricciardo's going to repass me here on this DRS straight, and I think that Williams is possibly going to get both of us. We'll have to wait and see. Let's put it up into fast. You'll see a direct comparison between myself and my teammate. The AI superior traction through that final corner. I don't know what it is, but they're just supremely good around that corner. We've got Williams on my outside. I'm going around the outside of my teammate. Battle continues. Do I have DRS? No. No, I don't.
Massa behind. Just 1 second separates you.
Oh, this Manor is doing so much work for me right now. This is a Mercedes that has just come out of the pits to serve their first pit stop, and he's lost about 4, maybe 5 seconds. Now we get around them. He lets us through in the worst possible place. But to be fair, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been the same kind of treatment that Mercedes got, but wow. We're coming in at the end of this lap anyway for a new set of tyres. I think we're going on to a set of options and then primes again in the next stop to take us to the end of the race. But it looks like we're going to have to fend off everyone else behind us for P5 because Raikkonen is about 10 odd seconds up the road. He's about half a second a lap quicker than me per lap, so it doesn't look like, at least on this compound tyre, that we're faster than Raikkonen, unfortunately. So it's P5 at the moment. We're defending hard from the 2 Williams cars and my teammate Daniel Ricciardo for the rest of this race. That's the battle we're having at the moment. So who's yet to stop? We'll have a look. It's probably people on primes.
The gap is 7 seconds. 49 laps to go.
7 seconds? That's a really weird gap to have. Surely he has stopped. I mean, surely he hasn't stopped. But he's lost a lot of time by staying out. I don't know what the deal is there. There's no way he could have made a pit stop and jumped me by 7 seconds. That's impossible.
That is Daniel behind you. The gap is 6 seconds. 48 laps to go.
Manor. Why do you have to be so awkward? Alright, so somehow Bottas has jumped me by 5 seconds? He came in like a lap after I did. How does someone gain 5 seconds? I don't understand. Codemasters. Was he going through the pit lane at 100 miles an hour? It doesn't make sense. This is F1 2015, nothing makes sense. We are catching him. Slowly but surely we are catching Bottas.
Bottas is ahead of you. The gap is 2 seconds. You're closing in by 7/10 per lap. 40
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Come to me, Bottas. We're getting very close to him now. He's been eking time every lap. It's been about 9/10 a lap. And now finally we caught him again and passed him. Back into P5. I'm still bemused as to how he got in front of me in the first place, because coming into the first pit stop, he was way behind us. Well, he was behind his teammate, and he was sort of battling with Ricciardo as well. And we had a good in and out lap, good pit stop as well. It's just, I'm so confused as to how he got in front of me in the first place. But either way, he's passed me once again, like the little ninja he is. We're going to try and hang it right around the outside through turn 1. Don't have the traction. Oh, how did we not touch him? That was so close. Absolutely nothing in it there. We've absolutely done the over and under on him here and up the inside into the middle sector chicane. My commentary was absolutely terrible there. It's still terrible, but we've got in front of him. I had to focus on just getting the move done cleanly.
is ahead of you. The gap is 15 seconds plus.
Has he just come into the pits as well?
They've entered the pit lane. 37 laps to go.
Wow. Okay. When's the pit window? I'll have a look. I don't think it's for a little while yet.
Pit window opens in 8 laps time. I'll send you out on Prime's next stop. 37 laps to go.
Okay. So, maybe Bottas came in really early. That's how he got the undercut, got the time over me. But I swear I remember seeing 2 Williams cars behind me the lap before I came in for my pit stop. So, I don't know. That's That's a weird one. Bottas in very early. He may be doing an extra stop compared to us. One last thing, engineer. I need to know what the weather forecast is. I don't think there's going to be any weather, but just in case.
No chance of rain now. If the situation changes, we'll let you know.
So he didn't completely rule out a wet race. He didn't say it's going to be dry till the end. I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter too much anyway. Slipstream, cheers. Why did you fucking... Would it kill you to let me pass on a straight? Final stop, boys. This is for a set of prime tyres. We're going to rejoin, I think, P6, P7, behind Ricciardo and Bottas. Bottas, I suspect, has to stop again. And once Ricciardo, obviously, makes his stop, we'll rejoin back in P5 once again. So it's between us and Bottas.
Bottas is ahead of you. 29 laps to go.
Engineer, that's not very helpful. I need to know the gap.
A gap of 8 seconds separates you.
See, was that so hard? All he had to say was what the gap was, and I would have been happy. But yeah, Bottas, he's been on those tyres, those prime tyres, for about 6, 7, 8 laps now. He'll have to do 38 laps on those tyres. That's more than half race distance. I don't think he's going to make it.
It's behind you. 5 seconds separate you. Daniel is ahead of you.
And now he's behind me. Into P6. Oh, fucking hell. Make up your mind, McLaren. Oh, here comes Massa. And he's got option tyres on. I think the Williams might be 3-stopping. And I don't even think they put their option tyres on, their prime tyres on yet. Because Bottas is still continuing to pull away.
You have 20 laps till the end.
I think Bottas just came in. What? That's just happened. I'm in complete and utter shock that has just happened. Oh, God's sake! I closed up on him so quickly, and then that's a weird crash because the suspension arms are still attached to a wheel that isn't there. The wheel has just popped off. The wheel itself has popped off. I think the brake pads are still there. Everything is there. It's just the wheel itself is just... Oh no, the brakes went too. But I can't believe that's happened. A lap car... Why do lap cars let you through on the apex of any corner? In the middle of any corner. Hairpins, high-speed corners, especially a high-speed corner like that. Where if I try and take a wider line, I'll completely run out wide and possibly go on the grass. Let's rewind this and have a look at full speed. Because this... And let's go from cockpit cam, because that's the position I was in. Okay, so what happened here? I just genuinely did not think he let me through at that part of the track, and the closing speed was too much. We are out of the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's so annoying. 20 laps to go. We were holding down P5. We had Felipe Massa behind us, Bottas behind him, and we had the track position. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they would have overtaken us. Yes, they had straight line speed advantage over us, but it wasn't enough for them to actually overtake me, and I just feel like we've really missed out today. But if it's any consolation, we weren't that quick today. We weren't going to go for a podium. We weren't going to go for the win. So this is probably actually our worst track. Up there with our worst track, up there with China. That's how slow we were today. A very disappointing end to the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're onwards to bigger and better things. Next up is the Belgian Grand Prix in Spa. That track always provides some really good racing. Monza, not too sure how we're going to go around there with the straight line speed deficit. We're going to have to run with 1-1 wings, but those two racetracks in particular, no, they may not be the best in terms of race results, but we are going to get some awesome racing from those two circuits. Sorry that happened, but what can you do? Sometimes you just have fatal accidents with the AI sometimes, and today was one of those circumstances. No rewinds. That's the nature of pro season mode. Once you crash, once you make a mistake, that's it. You are out. And actually, Sergio Perez got the penalty, so he was at fault for that incident. I mean, I just don't understand why the AI don't let you pass in the middle of a straight. It's the most logical thing to do. They probably lose less time by doing that as well, but I'm not going to ramble about that for too much longer. It's disappointing, yes, but we're on to some much more exciting episodes in the coming days, weeks, that I finish off this pro season mode. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this anyway. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.